Tuesday, January 5th. There is the closing bell. With the S&Ps finishing up over 25 points, we're seeing stocks roar back after being whacked from yesterday. Now today, energy seems to be the theme across the board. Let's dive right in, break this market down, and then go over the top stocks of the day. We'll start with our S&P, and we can see it was a beautiful trend day up. However, when we take a look at the night session, it was pretty wobbly. Seeing a range of over 30 points, it wasn't looking too promising going into the morning bell. However, the bell hit and we just erupted higher. Now, we move over to the SPX and take a look at our expected move on the week. We were expecting about 92 points of expected move, hitting the lower edge yesterday at 36.63. We have coasted up from that level since. Look for that 37.56, which is our midline on the week, to play a very strong pivot. If we get up to this level tomorrow, maybe we trend up higher overnight. This could be a nice squeeze higher, and we could be on our way to all-time highs and hitting 38.48 as our upper edge. That's going to take a lot, but let's move on over to technology and see how the Nasdaq did today. We take a look at the Nasdaq and you can see it's a beautiful cup here, and here's the handle. The Nasdaq could be poised for a nice breakout, and we could be tagging the all-time high we made on yesterday's trade in the overnight session at 12.959. Now we take a look at it on a daily. Some nice volume coming in today. This could be setting up to go higher. It just seems like everything that's thrown at this marketplace is just deflected and we just march on higher. Now when we compare to our big five, today we see that the big five was up 0.9%. Big five consisting of Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, and Facebook. When we compare that to the Nasdaq, it's about in line for the most part. However, it was leading our S&Ps. You can see up 0.7%. It gave it a nice little boost. Now, what else was up today? Well, even Tesla is about in line with the big five. So Tesla's doing its job and its market cap is slowly on the rise. Let's move on over to the small caps and see what's going on. We take a look at the Russell 2000 and it's our leading index on the day, up 1.68%. Now the Russell here is putting in a nice base. It seems like every time the small caps are trying to roll over, they get bought back. And today we had a lot of help from energy. And when we take a look at some of our sectors, well, energy is leading today, up almost 4.5%. Energy is shaping up, starting 2021 off right. It was down about 35% last year. It's looking to have a positive year, and if we break up above this 42 in the XLE, this could be marching higher to the 50s before we know it. What else was up? Well, financials are up about 0.5%, consolidating higher, slowly drifting up. That seems to be consensus across the board. We have materials breaking up, industrials about in line there, and software is getting a bid back underneath it again. Keep your eyes on software because they can get things going. Now, what was down? Well, real estate down about 0.2%, and the utilities about flat on the day. But for the most part, our sectors look pretty nice. Let's take a look at our AD line and see what's going on. And we see today the AD line, we have 80 advancing and 20 declining. It flipped from yesterday's advanced decline line. So there's stocks that are still down, but for the most part, we're seeing a positive correlation to the upside, which is what you want to see if you're long stocks. It just seems like this is the easiest way for this market to just grind higher, and it's just doing that. So with the market bouncing back and seeing stocks green across your screen, how did the bonds do? And we can see today the bonds are down about 0.5%. They're starting to break down. Some sizable volume in it today, and it's heading south, guys. Now, when we look at the TNX is the 10-year Treasury yield. This is looking very, very close to a breakout here. If we can get above about 97 basis points, look for a breakout, and we could be heading over 1% yield. With this heading higher, that would signify the bonds falling and equities rallying for the most part. So bonds down, equities up. How are the volatility traders taking it today? We can see that the VIX is down about 3% here. It's getting beat up. When we look at the VVIX, down about 3.5%. We put it on an intraday, and it was just trending down all day long, seeing a little bit of bid here in the final minutes of trade. But for the most part, volatility is going back in its hole. However, we are still very elevated here on the VVIX at a 120. I would like to see us come back down to that 110 line. That would give me a better feeling along this stock market. Otherwise, if we camp out this 120, we can easily turn on a dime. So keep your eyes on the VVIX going forward into tomorrow's session. Enough of that. Let's move on to the dollar and see our commodities. And we can take a look today. The dollar is down about 0.4%. At 89.5, this dollar index is moving and about to break hard down. You can just see from this 28 level, we're about almost through that level. So 88.25 was the low set on February of 2018. We could be there before you know it. Now, how did that do for our gold? Well, gold today is up $6. It's maintaining this level. Look for maybe to go sideways. If the dollar wants to expedite its move south, this gold can be on its way to 2,000 very shortly. It's at 1952, with silver up about 1.5%. Silver is looking very, very nice here, guys. Now, if you want to play silver, the SLV is a very nice way to play this trade, and SLV could be on its way to breaking out and going into the 30s. Last but not least, we have Bitcoin, guys, and Bitcoin just got a nice pop up at 34.6. If you are interested in more Bitcoin analysis, I did a video on it today. The link will be in the description below. It's about just me looking at my exchanges across the board. If you're into that, take a look in the description for that video. Other than that, Bitcoin just looked mean. It ripped higher. How did the GBTC do? Up 12%. Now, this is a great way to trade Bitcoin. However, if you want to own it, I would go out and buy it on Cash App. I have videos on it. Just take a look if you're interested. There you have it for the stock market breakdown. Now going into tomorrow, look for 37.56 in the SPX as a pivot point. It was our midline on the week. Also keep your eyes on the VVIX. Is it going to keep on getting whacked down? Will we break through 120 into the 115s, knocking to 110? See what volatility does overnight. See if technology maintains bids underneath it. The small caps are roaring. So just see if our indexes kind of coast through the night and get bought up in the morning. However, as for the Senate runoff, have not heard any information on that. Keep your eyes on that because that is a tape shaker. Now, if we see blue across the screen, Dems clean sweep, that could be very promising to passing more stimulus deal. Printing more money is going to push equities higher. It's going to push gold and silver and Bitcoin higher. It's going to hurt the value of your dollar. But let's move on and take a look at the top stocks of the day. So we head over to the scan tab, we hit scan, and today I see a lot of energy on my screen. Got a little shuffle here. However, coming in at the number 3 stock of the day goes to Halliburton Company. Today, Halliburton is up almost 8.4%, seeing a nice breakout here, has a market cap of about $18 billion. I'm not going to tell you a year to date because we only have 2 trading sessions. However, looking at this chart, it looks very, very poised to go higher, especially with oil on a nice tear today. Now, why is it up today? Well, I just said it. Oil is on a nice tear today. When we take a look at the CL, we're seeing crude oil up 5% and knocking on the door to 50 handle here. However, back to Halliburton. Why is Halliburton up today? Well, across the board, oil prices are trading higher as a gain of supply concerns on Iran seized a South Korean vessel. Now, also look out for output cut talks between the OPEC producers. So it lessens supply, higher demand is going to drive the price higher. Now we throw Halliburton on an expected move, and we were expecting about $1 of expected move here. So at 18.9, 19.9 is our upper edge or so. Now we broke through that, and 20.89 is going to be a 2 standard deviation move. So 2 standard deviations we got rejected here, and we're in between 1 and 2. Now if the trade and momentum can continue, we can easily get to that 2 sigma, and we could be on our way to a 3 sigma move, which a 3 sigma move would be $3 from the midline, and that would put us at about 21.90. So 21.90, if we do see another nice day in energy, could be pushing Halliburton higher. Coming in at the number 2 stock of the day goes to Apache Corporation. Today, Apache is up 9.5% with a $9.1 billion market cap. It is an energy stock. Another theme. Energy was our theme today. Now, Apache today, seeing the same news with the South Korean vessel seized and the potential supply of less oil hitting the market. Now, we take a look at it, it looks about the same as Halliburton. We took a look at it on an RSI. Money flow is looking good, breaking positive. We got the stochastics looking up. We have the MACD trying to turn higher, and we have an RSI of 63, has room to run. Bigger picture here, guys. This looks like a clean breakout. We could be knocking on the door very, very soon to trending higher. We take a look at Apache on an expected move, guys, and it was expecting about $1.12 of expected move today. A 2 standard deviation is going to put us at 1642, which we got rejected around 1673. Now, if this trade continues, momentum goes higher. A 3 sigma move is 1755. So I'd be liking to see 1755 if this trade continues. Some big volume coming into this stock today, and it looks pretty poised. There's a gap fill here at 2022 or so. Filling this gap, the sky is the limit here. Coming in at the number 1 stock of the day goes to Occidental Petroleum. Today, Occidental was up over 10% with a market cap of $17.8 billion. Again, same news here. It's an energy stock getting a lift from the price of crude oil. Now, we throw it on an expected move. We were expecting $1.14 here. So all these stocks look very, very similar. They're just different prices. And look for the one that's going to see some inflow of capital come into it next. Now, when we take a look at OXY, it was expecting $1.14. 2 sigma moves is about 1961. We got rejected around 1995, came back down. We're sitting at 1921 right now. However, I think energy can make a 3 sigma move on the week, and if it does, about 2074 would be the level here in OXY going higher. Bigger picture here, guys. Energy was whacked. I think it's going to come back 2021 very strong. Look for energy as a great play this year. There you have it, guys, for the top stocks of the day. Did you get a chance to watch any of these energy stocks? If not, what are you looking at going into tomorrow? And if you've watched this far, guys, I really appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up. It means a lot when you guys show some support. And if you're watching this for the very first time, I do these every single day. Show some love. Hit that subscribe button. It will really make my day. Every time I see my count go up just one, just makes me feel good. But on that note, I will see you in tomorrow's video. Have a great night. Take care. Peace.